Ever felt frustrated being told PMS, heavy bleeding, and cramping are just normal parts of life? You are not alone. I loathed my monthly cycle for decades. That all changed when I earned 3 health coaching certifications discovering something incredible. Your period is vital. It is an outward sign of your inner health, and it holds the key to unlocking your full potential. I've been there battling heavy, painful periods, and I turn them into cycles with minimal PMS and cramping. Today, I'm on a mission to share that information with you. Pour a cup of your favorite drink, get comfy, and grab your headphones as we embark on a candid and empowering journey of self-discovery. Together, we'll demystify menstrual cycles, explore cyclical living, delve into natural birth control, and guide parents through those crucial period talks with tweens and teens. It's time to break the taboo around menstruation and embrace the wisdom it holds. I'm your host, Heather Allmendinger, and this is the Embracing Flow podcast. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Embracing Flow. I'd like to introduce our guest today, an expert at embracing flow, DeAndrea Harris. How are you today?
I am fabulous. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Audience, I would love to introduce you to DeAndrea. She is the owner of The Best Feminine Products. I saw your products. I was like, this girl knows her stuff, and we will get into that. But before we do, I always ask my guests so that way we can go and just kind of open this taboo box. At what age and how was your first experience with your first period?
Whew. So, if I could just backpedal just a little.
Absolutely.
Now, in my household growing up, talking about periods was taboo. We did not talk about it. So, I can remember my mother was at work because back then, I was a latchkey kid. So, and it was the summer. I was 12 years old. And I was like, oh my gosh, my stomach, I felt cramps. I went to the restroom and I looked and there was blood. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? What's happening? So I called my mom right away and I'm panicking. I'm like, Mom, I don't know if I'm dying. I don't know what's going on. Blood's coming from here. I don't know. She's like, calm down, calm down. It's just your cycle. Go in my room, look in my drawer, get out a pad. And I'm like, a pad? What's a pad? She was like, well, it's what we wear when we come on our cycle. So I'm like, okay. And back then there was no FaceTime. So there was no way of her showing me how to use it, how to place it on my underwear or anything like that. So she tried to walk me through it. Long story short, it ended up on the opposite side of my underwear, so you can only imagine it wasn't going everywhere. It was being stopped. It was being absorbed, but my underwear was soiled. So that was the most it was first of all, it was traumatic because I didn't know what was happening. Like I say, we had never discussed it. We did not have that conversation. But later on, when the school year started, because it happened during the summer, there was like a program going on where, I remember parents had to give permission to let their daughters attend these assemblies talking about menstruation. And, so I did afterwards. I found out what it was all about. But when she got home, she did explain to me, honey, you have it on wrong. And it's just a conversation that I wish you would have had way sooner. So I would have been more, better prepared. But I mean, here we are today. And I'm all good with it. But it was funny, but it was traumatic for me because I didn't know what was happening. I thought, I mean, I'm leaving. I'm so young. What's going on? So that was my experience. And I was 12 years old.
That sounds like a traumatic experience.
It was. It really was.
And did you have any sisters that you were able to impart that knowledge onto later on?
Absolutely, because I'm the oldest. and my
Okay.
mom had 3 girls, so there's 3 of us. So, luckily, they did not have to go through it. I was there for them. But my youngest sister, it's weird because I was 12, my other sister was 12, but my youngest sister was 18, and that was crazy to me. But and she played sports. So I don't know, maybe that had something to do with it, you know. But so she kind of knew. She had been hearing about it. She had been through to the assembly. My mom, she didn't want my other sisters, to go through what I had gone through. She was a single mom. She was young. So, and she was doing the best that she could. So that was a learning mistake, for her and for all of us. But I was definitely there for them. Mhm.
Yes, they were there. You had the answers to the questions. You were the oracle.
Exactly, exactly, and still to this day. Yes, absolutely,
Uh,
absolutely.
that is absolutely wonderful. I'm glad that your unfortunate traumatic experience did lead to helping your siblings have a less traumatic experience.
Mhm.
And they did have somebody that they could go to with those questions when mom wasn't around. So that is
Right.
absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
Um, where can we find more about you?
So, I'm on several platforms, one being Facebook, The Best Feminine Products. That's DE hyphen Best Feminine Products. I am also on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. And if you haven't checked me out, please do. Um, every Friday, I have this thing where it's called Fun Fact Feminine Friday, where I am imparting and sharing knowledge about all things feminine hygiene. So check me out, and hopefully you can learn some things. Yes.
I'm sure we can learn a
Mhm.
lot of things on how
Mhm.
to take care of that area because it is sensitive. It
Yes.
is different than from the rest of the body. Thank
Yes.
you so much for joining us today. Any words that or any advice that you can give us before that we can take with us today?
Sure. So, if I could leave any words of wisdom for all females who are young and who are going through menstruation, just know that it is not abnormal. It is not taboo. In fact, it is a beautiful experience. It is a part of womanhood. It's a part of womanhood. And unfortunately, I know that it comes with cramping for some but it's just a part, it's natural. It's a part of life. So embrace it.
I love that. Thank you so much. Wow, what amazing words of wisdom to end on. Thank you, DeAndrea, for taking us on an enlightening journey into your first menstruation and your sharing that knowledge with your siblings.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
All the links can be found in the show notes. Thank you, listeners, for spending your time with us today. If you found a nugget of wisdom or a moment of empowerment, my mission is accomplished. Do you know someone who could benefit from the information shared on Embracing Flow? Share it with them. Until next time, love hard, laugh often, and as always, be vividous. See you soon.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Embracing Flow. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow the show, submit a rating and review, and share it with your friends. Visit my website to receive your free PDF on 4 ways to decrease PMS. The link is in the show notes. Until next time, love hard, laugh often, and as always, be vividous.